Good afternoon, everybody. Yalancy Peterson here. Today it is July 1st. Ooh, the hot month, July 1st, 2017. It is 12:15 in the afternoon. Oh, we got a overcast day. The car is telling me it's 72 degrees. The watch is saying it's 74 degrees. It feels like 75. It's a little hazy, but it's a good hazy, because I tell you, if the haze went away, it would easily be 82 degrees right now. Beautiful day. All right, so I subscribe to the Rideshare guy. Harry Campbell has taught me a lot about being a great rideshare driver. I've gotten a lot of tips, a lot of information from him. And one of the things I like to do is make a video in response to some of the topics that he talks about on his blog. The Rideshare guy. I strongly advise you, not encourage, advise you to subscribe to his channel. Take his advice to heart, because a lot of things that he says ultimately it just makes sense. It's good to be informed. It's good to know what's going on in the world of rideshare. And so today on his blog, he is talking about Uber has seen a sharp drop in driver retention, specifically new driver retention. And I think there are a few reasons why that's happening, but I'll just go to what I think is ultimately the core reason why a lot of people are leaving the app, leaving the platform. I always believe that when you don't do something, it's because you're either unwilling or unable to continue doing it. I think the number one reason why a lot of people get involved with rideshare is because they need to do it. I don't think there are too many people that really want to do this. They need to do it. They need to make money to make ends meet. They need to make money to achieve a specific goal. They're planning for a wedding. They want to put a down payment on the car. They want to buy something special. Maybe you're saving up for the new iPhone 8 and you figure, okay, if you put together the driver bonus that they're going to give you for signing up, plus you put in a few rides, then hey, you'll have that $1,100 to pay for that nice iPhone. But I think what happens is a lot of people get involved with rideshare and they realize that this job is not that easy. I mean, it's a little demoralizing for some people, because I know it was for me, when you're only ultimately receiving 66 cents a mile for what you do. If you take the 90 cents a mile that's paid and you take the 25% off of it, you're looking at 66 cents. And so you have a decision to make at that point. Do you drive more to try to achieve a goal? Or do you change your vehicle to try to achieve a goal? Or do you decide to just let it go and do something else? I think most people, they'll do the 75 miles necessary to get the bonus, to make sure they get the bonus and their referring partner gets the bonus. And then after that, they're done, because they will encounter things during this experience that won't agree with them. It's just that. I had the benefit of being an LA Metro bus operator for 5 years. I can tell you, if I did not have the experience of being a Metro bus operator, I would have quit a month after I did Uber. It's just that simple. But because of necessity, and because I already knew what I was stepping into, and because I wanted to ultimately start my own transportation company, it was no problem. I put up with whatever it takes, because at the end of the day, I will accomplish my goal. I'm in this BMW in part because I'm accomplishing my goal. There are specific reasons why I've done everything that I've done. So I would say this: if you think you can't handle being a bus operator in either Metro LA or New York City, forget about rideshare. It's not going to work for you. I can tell you that right now. Unless you work in certain areas where the people are always friendly. And then to have to drive sometimes 8 to 14 hours a day, sometimes feeling lonely, isolated to yourself, feeling rushed, doing the extra things necessary to ensure that you get 5 stars, and having your life governed by the star trips. You know, I tell you, one of the hardest things about this trip is you knowing in your heart that you've done everything possible, and I mean everything possible, to give a customer a 5-star ride, and for whatever reason that customer gives you 1 star. You know, it's difficult not to, oh, excuse me, it's difficult not to take that personal. It's difficult not to feel that, why is this, why are you doing this, why is it feels unfair. You have a number of those issues accumulate over time or so. Most people will think about it and say, you know what, this is great, this is ridiculous, I'm not doing this anymore, I don't have to do this. And so you go and you get a conventional job, or you you know, do something, you know, like work on the internet, or you go back to your old job or whatnot. I'm doing this because I genuinely want to do this. I'm passionate about this. I have always wanted my transportation company from as long as I can remember, but I never had an easy way to do it. Uber has actually made that very easy to do, but I still had to learn a lot over my past year as a driver before I committed the financial resources to actually make it happen. So the sharp drop in new driver retention, it's understandable. I think if Uber improved the pay, that would be great. But see, here's the problem. That's a slippery slope. It's a catch-22. They've kind of put themselves in this situation now, where like, for example, last night, I'm in this BMW. I'm looking for all kinds of rides to happen in the car, and last night, Friday night, in West Hollywood, where I usually almost always get trips, last night was a total disaster for me. It was awful. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. I'm getting no calls, no trips whatsoever. This is supposed to be Independence Day, but the problem is, people who don't normally work every day, they're all out on the road today. The roads are saturated with Uber drivers, and as a result, there's fewer opportunities for me to make money. And when I do make money, the rides are extraordinarily short. But thankfully, I only pick up Select, Black, and Lux. So it makes sense for me, because a short trip, I'm getting $10 for a short trip no matter what. So that much I appreciate. But hey, it takes maybe 30, 45 minutes to get that ride. All right, well, that's my my response to Harry's blog post today about Uber experiencing a sharp drop in new driver retention. I mean, bottom line is, hey, when people get that $75 that $500 bonus after completing 75 trips, the average driver is done. They move on. Alrighty, yo. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback on it. Take care, and I will catch you on the next video. And happy Independence Day. I got a couple other videos I know I'm going to make between now and July 5th. All right, take care.